What is up, guys, and welcome back to Formula One 2020, My Team Career Mode. We're up to episode 3, round. No, I think we're up to episode 4, actually. Round 3 at Vietnam. Um, just going through the housekeeping here. Gonna go with some activities. Think we're going to focus on the aero team building. I think we will also go ahead and do some weight training for our teammate there to get his pace up a little bit, and we'll go with probably some cash. Get some cash. Go with sponsor achievement advertisement. Sorry. Get some team acclaim and 30k in cash. We've got 1 day left, so we will do the driver promotion filming. So that is the activities all set up. Just having a look at the messages there. We're our vehicle comparison. We're above Haas and Williams, so that's good. We should be on track to hopefully beat them, but no guarantees. So just having a quick look through our other departments here to see if there's anything I can spend my 1.4 million on. Which it doesn't look like there is. Nothing in powertrain, nothing durability, marketing. Possibly something in here we can do. Yes, we can get the analysis suite. So we'll go ahead and get that one to improve some more stats on Antoine. So we'll advance this session here and see what we get through the week. General durability, we've got some weekly resources. We had a development fail there. So we'll go through and have a look and see what that was. Looks like it's in the chassis. So we'll probably go ahead and fix that one up. And hopefully get that one back on in time for the next round at China. So moving forward, we could throw in another durability upgrade, which will go with the ICE because the last episode, I believe, Jeff did mention that the ICE was worn, so we're going to go ahead and put an upgrade on the durability for there. We've got some developments in progress. As you can see there, we are third from the bottom in this development race. Looking at going with the harder compound possibly around here. I was really contemplating. I wasn't sure what to do for tyre setup, but yeah. So we've got a couple of developments. Honda have sent us through a power unit upgrade. So moving on to practice. Practice 1. I think I've just got some footage here of the track acclimatization. Had a pretty good run through here.
I had a chat with Carl about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so give them a try.
As Jeff rudely interrupts yet again. So just go quickly forward through P1 here. Doing our track acclimatization. Didn't do too bad actually. I believe I only missed one corner, which, considering this is a new track that I haven't really driven on, isn't too bad of an effort. I seem to be a little bit slower through this roundabout section here. I was losing a lot of time in there. Just not sure whether I think it was just I was taking the wrong line, or maybe I was accelerating this a little bit too quick out of there, which obviously, meant I had to back off because it was a bit of a weird apex in that corner. I was pretty quick through these S's here. This is where I made up some time, as we missed the middle S there. The rest of the lap, pretty clean. So I was pretty happy with that. So I think I ended up
Car
just
repairs have set us
moving
back
on.
a little.
During the second lap of the track acclimatization, I believe I did have a little incident and I brushed the wall, damaged the wing, ducked back into the pits to get that fixed.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Now we brushed the wall there and we punctured our right front and
Are you alright? Engine off.
bounced
Engine
to the
off.
left-hand side and taken our wheel off. So that is P1 over for us, right on board. Just clipped that inside wall, which sort of throws us off, puts us into the wall again for the next corner. We puncture our tyres. We had no steering. Wasn't able to wipe off the speed, and we clobbered the other side and took the wheel off.
Bottas, Verstappen, and
So,
Lewis Hamilton. And that's practice is officially
fifth
over.
fastest time
Until next time, goodbye.
in practice 1 there. Antoine putting in a 13th fastest time, so pretty good running from him. So
What a
here's
great
Claire.
day out there today. Let's talk about what happened. You had a mishap in practice. Will this affect qualifying or race day?
Probably not. Got a pretty good team, so they should hopefully fix it up in time. Team's pretty good with that.
It's the start of the season. How do you think things are going to go for you?
Well, start of the season hasn't gone too well for us, but it's one of those things you never can really tell. But I'm with a pretty good team, so
Appreciate your time.
thanks, Claire. Moving on to practice 2 now. We're doing the qualifying sim program. I do believe I forgot to record qualifying, or I've accidentally deleted that recording. I'm not 100% sure, so this is the closest to qualifying as we're going to get. So we'll watch this one in full. Normal speed. Again, good run. I tried this one a couple of times, and I kept losing time in this roundabout section. So I did it I did it a few times, and eventually I nail it. As you can see, where we were 7 tenths up at the start of that corner, we dropped down to 4 tenths up. So I was losing about 3 tenths, 3 tenths in that section there alone. As we're now 5 tenths up, heading down this back DRS straight, into the hairpin, right back down to first gear, but we only go into second. Okay. During the race, I think I was dropping it down to first just to knock that extra bit of speed off, and quickly shifting back up into second. As we come into the infamous S's, where we brush this wall on our right-hand side right here. We get through there cleanly this time. 6 tenths up. Coming around the penultimate corner now. Down to second. Easy on the throttle out of there. Trying to get too much wheel spin. Coast around the final corner and back into the throttle and over the start-finish line. We get the we pass the objective. Our target is 15th.
Let's see our top 3 again. Johnson, Verstappen, and Valtteri Bottas.
We topped out practice 2. Antoine improving as well, putting in 12th fastest time. So yeah, we achieved our estimated qualifying. Here's Claire
Who's your
again.
main competition on the grid?
Okay, as mentioned in the last episode, Kevin Magnussen took us out in qualifying. I thought this question actually came after the Bahrain race, but it actually came up in Vietnam. So I answered Kevin Magnussen.
You
obviously.
really put a lot of effort into practice today. Are you testing new components?
I wouldn't say we're testing new components as such. We haven't had too many upgrades come through, but gathering data is always pretty important. We did have that new power unit come through from Honda too, though, as well.
You left
so,
a lot of paint on the walls today. Were you struggling for grip, or did you just misjudge some corners?
I don't actually remember hitting anything in this session, so not sure what
Appreciate
she's
your
talking
time.
about. I probably did, though. So we're moving on to that interview was at the end of practice 3, actually, so I just threw that in there. Didn't get any footage of practice 3 either. I figured the video was going to be long enough without it, so we'll move on to the race. I believe we qualified in 15th position, so we'll be starting 15th in the grid from memory.
With the tight, close barriers of a street track that our drivers race on today. 23 corners and a total distance of 3.4 miles. Watch out in particular for overtaking into the braking zone at turn 11. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you know, you've got your own race to run. I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Albon, Sebastian Vettel, and Ricciardo, Sainz, Perez, Ocon, and Lance Stroll, Norris, Raikkonen, Max Verstappen, and Gasly, Johnson, Grosjean, Daniel Kvyat, and Antoine Hubert. Magnussen, Giovinazzi, Russell, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Okay, so moving on to the tyre strategy. Gonna try and go with the one stop. Gonna try from the hard tyre to the softs. See how we go. I mean, I've got room for margin if I need to pit stop. If I need to do an early stop, I can come in on the mediums perhaps. But we'll just see how we go. Start off on the hards and go from there. Put in a little bit of extra fuel so we can push that little bit more. But here we go, 5 red lights. And we're off for the Vietnam Grand Prix. Relatively clean start from us. We didn't get too much wheel spin, but we're getting absolutely swamped by everybody else. Coming into the first corner here, almost up the rear end of Kvyat there. As we go around the outside, we've lost about 3 positions. But we slot in behind Gasly. We've got a Haas up our inside there. He slots in behind us. Bit of contact behind. I'm not sure whether that was us getting hit or whether there was contact with 2 others behind us. We're coming down into the roundabout section now. Gasly and Kvyat side by side through here, as we have a Haas of Giovinazzi, in the Alpha, go up around the outside of us. So we're just falling backwards, but we are on the hard compound tyres, so these guys on the soft Magnussen up behind us. No kind of pressure all over us. NPS's good wheel spin off the exit. But not so much on the hard tyres, but on other tyre compounds, like throughout practice, I was able to hold it flat through there. Tiny lift on that final little bit of an S before we have to brake and down gear for the next right-hander. But that is lap 1 completed. Wasn't the greatest of starts, but we'll press on and we'll see what we can do. On to lap 3 now. We're sitting up in behind Grosjean here. Lap 2 was a little bit boring. We just sort of stayed in this train here. Very much the same as what it is right now. Just, trying to keep up with them. As I run wide, into turn 1, and Magnussen, our new rival, goes up the inside of us there. So we'll sit in behind him here. We have a yellow flag up ahead. As we see Sebastian Vettel go out of the race there. The lap 4 now. We're pretty close to Magnussen here. We may look at making a move very soon. Into rich mode, put overtake mode on. We're making a move up the inside. Lock the brakes slightly. We get it done. Nice clean pass. So it seems that now the runners on the soft compound tyres are starting to drop off a little bit. 5 laps in, their tyres are starting to... So we have a little bit of a look up the inside of Grosjean here. We're just going to fast forward through these little bits. Apparently we made contact with Magnussen. We're going to fast forward through here. We're sort of just trailing Grosjean. Gaining on him ever so slightly. Pretty close. Thought about a little bit of a duck up the inside there, but thought better of it. May try the same move we did with Magnussen if we're close enough at this hairpin. Not quite there. To exceed the track limits. I'm just going to sit in behind Grosjean here. Try and get him on the DRS. Maybe into a corner. As we lock a brake and run a little bit wide. But our hard tyres are starting to come into a little bit of effect against the soft compound tyre runners. So we're getting close, under DRS, overtake engaged, rich mode, under brakes on the outside, into the hairpin, and we get it done. So lap 10 now, got Perez up in front. Ocon, I think we got past him on a pit stop. We've made a few positions on pit stops actually. We're in P9 now, so not doing too bad. We're actually running quite well, considering we had absolutely nothing at Bahrain as Ocon goes up the inside of us there. We're slotting behind him, try and get into his slipstream. Have a think about getting back at the hairpin, but not quite close enough. It's all going on around us. Tyres, not looking too bad. Say that as I lock up into the roundabout section. Norris gets around us. And now we're under all sorts of pressure from Stroll. Pretty slow exit out of the roundabout there. As Stroll is in our slipstream and he will probably have DRS on us. But I'm not going to fight him too much. He's also on the hard tyres. We're on the same strategy. Not going to fight him too much, but he's on our inside and we managed to hold him off for the time being. A little bit of wheel spin, a little bit of oversteer coming into the roundabout here. That affects our exit, and Stroll goes up the... No, not Stroll, sorry. Gasly goes up the outside of us. Stroll has actually dropped back behind Kvyat, who is coming up the other side of us here. So we're going to be 3 wide coming into this hairpin. 3 wide, we get pinched in the middle of them. And we've sort of pushed Kvyat wide, and he's pinched us in between him and Gasly. So we're all stranded on the exit of the hairpin there. As I believe that's Magnussen runs into the side of me a little bit. No, it wasn't Magnussen, it was Grosjean. And he just forces his way past as we're fighting with wing damage here. Trying to get to the pit lane. So we're going to box now. I think we're going to jump in on a set of mediums here. There's no way we're going to get softs at the end of the race. We've got Latifi in behind us. Can we beat him out of the pit lane? No. He got held up there for him to get out. So back down in P21 now. Still not out of the race completely. There will be other cars up ahead that have to potentially do a secondary stop onto another set of softs, possibly. As Latifi is on a set of soft tyres. As we get around him, we just dive up the inside. Get around him as quickly as we can, because he's just going to hold us up. As the clouds are starting to roll in too, it looks like, hopefully it doesn't start raining. I hope it doesn't start raining here. I have not done any wet weather racing on this track. As Latifi is all over our gearbox right now, trying to get around us. Managed to hold him off into this hairpin. I was almost half expecting him to dive up the inside, which is why I kind of left the space there. I was expecting a dive bomb from him, but it never came, so we pulled away from him. So we've got Magnussen ahead. So he's on medium tyres. So we're gaining on him by 8 tenths as Antonio Giovinazzi goes out of the session and produces a safety car. We have a bit of a dilemma here now. Do we go into the pits and get a set of softs, or do we stay out on mediums? I had, basically half a lap to think about this, and I thought the softs might be the better option. Get a quick stop in and try and have some pace at the end of the race. We've got 7 laps to go, so I've come into the pits. Now tyres were only 25%. We would have made it with these tyres, I believe, because we served a 5-second penalty. I think we just got the speeding penalty. Coming out on the soft tyres, and they paid dividends almost instantaneously. The safety car went for about 4 laps, so this is like the first lap off the safety car, and we've just got around Latifi quite quickly there. We are now ranging up on the back of Russell. So quite quick on these soft compound tyres. Definitely have the pace. I just have to not make mistakes. That's the biggest thing as we go up the outside. Oh, and we run into the back of Gasly there. I almost thought we were going to miss him, actually. We're getting pushed around now. So Lewis Hamilton has won this Grand Prix. Final lap now. We're coming across the finish line. I get a bit of wheel spin and brush the wall, and then I get clouded from behind. I think it was Russell. I'll give him a little bit of a push across the track. So that is the Vietnam race. We ended up picking up a few penalties. Antoine Hubert, our teammate, driver of the day. Well done to him. Mercedes take out the race. Well done for Lewis Hamilton. I think he's now 3 from 3. So he's having an absolute cracking start. Perfect run from him. Yet again. But yeah, we picked up a few penalties throughout that race, I believe. So the track position we had was not our finishing position, unfortunately. So we finished last of the runners, finishing ahead of Sebastian Vettel and Antonio Giovinazzi, my God. I cannot word today. So Lewis Hamilton takes it out. Valtteri Bottas also picked up a 5-second penalty. Charles Leclerc in third place, followed by Albon, Sainz, Ricciardo, Ocon, Raikkonen, Norris, and Verstappen. So down to us, we are in P20. Antoine finished in P13 after starting 18th on the grid. So good race from him. He's actually showing some promise. He did do a 2-stopper as well. Lance Stroll was the... Actually, I think Kimi Raikkonen may have been the best of the 1-stoppers.
What a great day out there today. Let's talk about what happened. You had a bit of contact today. Who was at fault there?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to take any blame for Kevin Magnussen running into the rear of me.
You had a few bumps and scrapes today. Who would you say is at fault?
Again, too much happened for me to actually know what she's even talking about.
Why do you think you weren't as quick as your teammate today?
I made some mistakes and he was consistent. That's pretty much all there is to it. I got stuck in the back of the field as well.
Appreciate your time.
That definitely didn't help. Moving on to the rivalry breakdown. Magnussen gets three ticks against us. Levels it up. We've got 6 races remaining in that. Onto our team acclaim. So we go up to about 3/4 of the way through level 5 for the team. Level 4 for the team, sorry. Antoine is almost at level 6. We get 114k from our sponsor. Lose 50k of that. But takes us up to 1.36 million. So we've got a little bit of cash to play with at the start of the next episode. So, yes, that was round 3 at Vietnam. I do believe the next race will be the Chinese Grand Prix. So, a track that I'm pretty good at China normally. Not sure what I'll be like against a slightly higher difficulty AI than what I normally play with. I'm normally around about the 50 mark. I'm playing with a 55 AI at the moment, so we'll see how we go with that. But that is where I'm going to leave this video. So next episode, sorry, we'll be doing our housekeeping for before China. Hopefully we get those upgrades that are coming through, and maybe we can have a good result at China, just for something different. But that is where I'll leave this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell. Until the next video, I've been Jono. This is the Average Gamer Network, and you've been watching Formula 1 2020, My Team Career. Bye for now.